Alright, hello everybody, my name is Daniel. I am a second year medical student and here is my first ever vlog. Well, technically it's not the first ever kind of video I'm making for today because this is like the fourth time I'm actually recording. But you know, after all of that attempt, I decided that I'm just going to go bear with it. You know, I'm just going to hopefully I can actually see myself in this video. I'm just gonna be natural with it because this is the first video and it's going to suck anyway. You know, like it's just gonna suck so bad that I'll be embarrassed about it for a few days. But yeah, just move on, right? Okay, so with this first video out, I'm gonna be kind of like talking about my plan for the next week, and you know, I'm just gonna be talking about my plan for the vlog in general. Okay, so here we go. So as you know, as I said earlier, I'm a medical student, second year at that. Currently in my semester 2, if that matters, but it's kind of late to the game, you know, because I'm planning to actually be talking about two main things for the first few days, like the first few weeks until a particular date, okay, which is I'll be talking about studying and also productivity, because I believe that this is something that is important in this kind of phase, in these kind of times, really. Because in 2 weeks from now, I believe 19th of May, I'll be having my progress test 2. Okay, it's kind of like the mid-semester test. And next week, you know, the week after this is going to be a holiday, because currently we are in the holy month of Ramadan, and we are pretty much at the end of it. And next week on Tuesday is going to be the first day of Hari Raya Idul Fitri. So yeah, I mean, it's a holiday, and for me, Raya is going to be probably only the first 2 days, and then after that life goes back to normal. So when I'm saying life goes back to normal, that means it will include with a ton of studying, because exams coming very soon, and this is the best opportunity to really study as it is a holiday. Okay, and as sad as it sounds, alongside with me studying, I will be kind of like doing some montages of me studying. You know, it kind of like pushes you to do it, you know, rather than not doing it, because first of all, I'm using my phone, so I can't really play with my phone then if I'm actually vlogging myself studying, and that kind of like has its own personal benefits to that. And since I'm also vlogging, I kind of like want to have to show some tips and tricks in studying, and also how to be better at managing yourself. The things I'll be talking about in general are, as I said, productivity and studying. So for the productivity department, in the next week, I'll be talking about some key things that you need to know when it comes to productivity. It is pretty basic, so I'm not gonna really be talking about the main things a lot. I'll be talking about the understanding of the importance of such things, okay, in my own words, in my own way of thinking about it after reading a lot of things. And maybe here and there I'll be kind of like revising on these kind of things so that I kind of get my points right, or like my reference right. But most of the time I'll be just talking about it from my perspective, because in the end of the day, the implementation of productivity is vast. You know, like every person has their own way of being productive. Every person has their own way of doing a specific type of productivity method, and because it just depends on who you are and how you do things. And to start things off with this kind of introduction about productivity is that it all comes down to experimenting. You know, like one thing that all productivity gurus or productivity vloggers or productivity YouTubers have in common is that they all experiment everything. They experiment with multiple types of productivity tips and tricks and use what works for them. They don't use everything, they just use whatever that works. And when we're talking about things that work, it doesn't mean that it will work throughout your life or throughout your whole studying journey. It will work for specific times and specific types of things that you do. Even though some of those tips work for certain types of things, the concept of that productivity tip or that self-management works as a whole. For example, when I'm talking about time management works for everybody. You know, it's just that maybe certain types of time management doesn't work for you, or you're just not the type of person who does that kind of thing, you know. And that's very understandable. And sometimes you're the type of person who used to like schedule things, you know, you're always up on every task is always on the calendar. Okay, I'm that type of person right now because I'm too busy and I sometimes miss things and I kind of like break promises here and there and kind of panic after that. Oh my god, I was supposed to do this and I forgot about it, and so I have to put things on the calendar, and that helped a lot for me. But before this, I was still a good student, but I did not do these kind of things, you know. So in general productivity, you're not supposed to put your life into that productive life. You are supposed to put productivity into your life, if that makes sense. So that is kind of like what I want to say about productivity in general in this video, and I think I'm gonna keep this video short. Maybe I'm gonna cut through some things here and there just to kind of keep the video pace proper and maybe remove some of my filler words, because one thing about vlogging that I want to kind of improve along the way is to reduce the usage of these kind of filler words like so and you know, people do that all the time, but that shows that you are not confident in what you say. But it is one thing that people do to kind of pace their words when they're kind of like processing things in their head. But yeah, it does still show that you are not confident, and I want to kind of like train myself to reduce that in the next 1 week of recording myself and also talking about things that I want to talk about and studying. So yeah, that's all for this video, I suppose. Finally, this take is actually a very good take. I don't really want to spend so much time kind of like taking multiple takes for my vlog because I don't want it to kind of affect my time in studying and waste my energy. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the future. Bye bye.